The most common technique of version control that we all have used is to copy files and make changes to these copies as required. This is quite simple approach to follow, but it is quite error prone and we can mess things up quite easily. To address this issue, local version control systems were introduced. The local version control system kept a simple database that stored all the changes made to files under revision control. These systems could then recreate what any file might look like at any point in time by adding these changes. The next major issue that people encounter is that they need to collaborate with developers on other systems, and these local version control systems wouldn't be much help with that. To deal with this problem of collaboration, centralized version control systems, or in short CVCS, were developed. These systems, such as Subversion, Perforce, or CVS, have a single server that contains all the versioned files and a number of clients that check out files from that central place. For many years, this has been the standard for version control. Centralized version control system has many advantages, especially over local version control systems. For example, everyone knows to a certain degree what everyone else on the project is doing. Administrators have fine-grained control over who can do what, and it's far easier to administer a centralized version control system than a local version control system. The most obvious drawback of CVCS is the single point of failure that the centralized server represents. If that server goes down for an hour, then during that hour nobody can collaborate at all or save version changes to anything they are working on. If the hard disk the central database is on becomes corrupted and proper backups haven't been kept, you lose almost everything. This is a serious risk for big projects. To address the single point of failure problem, distributed version control systems were introduced. In distributed version control system, the clients fully mirror the code repository, including its full history. Thus, if any server dies and these systems were collaborating via that server, any of the client repositories can be copied back up to the server to restore it. In these systems, every clone is really a full backup of all the data, along with its history. Furthermore, many of these systems deal pretty well with having several remote repositories they can work with, so you can collaborate with different groups of people in different ways simultaneously within the same project. This allows you to set up several types of workflows that aren't possible in a centralized setting. Distributed version control systems are really a way to go right now, and we'll look into a distributed version control system get